Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. So this is the Ready, Set, Go preview show, and this is essentially where every single week I give you guys an update or preview into what is coming out from the channel over the course of this week. And as part of that, we also get into a little bit of a lively discussion. Sometimes it's a news event or something like that. And I'm actually going to mix it up just a little bit today in a couple of different places. But we are going to get to that in just a couple of moments. First, I want to welcome the comic book soldiers that are here in the room right now. There are 34 of you guys in the room. And that's part of the reason what prompted me to go ahead and get started a couple of minutes early. I saw just how many people were here. So it is good to see each and every one of you guys. And I want to thank you for taking time out on this Easter Sunday to be here at Regie Collect. So shout out to Chris Barrett. It is going well, my friend. I had an amazing weekend, and thank you for asking. Russ C says he might actually catch this live stream. You are correct, sir. You are catching it. Hopefully, you are still here in the room. It's good to see you, brother. He says that Russ C says that he's in a good mood because he picked up ASM 238 for $20 on a beautiful Easter Sunday morning. So congratulations to you, my friend. Chris Barrett says he had a good day. He did his MCU wall. So congrats on that. Sounds like you guys were making pretty good use of your time. Harvey Abel, it is good to see you, brother. I'm sure that you will hear this on the replay when you watch it in the morning. Perry Comics stopped by. He is sick. He says that he is shivering. So brother, I hope that you feel better, hopefully in the morning when you wake up, and you can catch this on the replay and definitely get some rest and feel better. Seems like a lot of people are here. Donald says he had a wonderful day. I did as well. My friend actually spent most of the day with my family outside, getting some sun and letting the kids burn off some energy. Randy is here in the room. It's good to see you, brother. Leonard is here in the room. Leonard Ortega is in the house. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. We have Chris Gatling here as well. Wayne is here. Cool and Collected is in the house. Chris Baker is here. Who else? Guido, I think is here. Adobo, sorry about that. Johnny Future is here. Cody is here. Ben, Collecto6, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. We have another Michael here as well. And Cody, I think I said that. Tony Estevez is in the house. It's good to see you. Ramos is here. DLE Comics. It is definitely good to see all of you guys. And again, hopefully everyone had a fantastic weekend. And I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your evening to be here, to spend a little bit of time and to partake in this wonderful drawing that we have going on tonight, sponsored by GoCollect. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. But as far as our agenda tonight, normally we do some kind of news or something like that, or we have a little bit of a discussion. Tonight, it's going to be more discussion, mostly off the top of my head. I have a couple of notes that I'll refer to, but there wasn't really anything exciting or sexy in the news this week. And so I wanted to focus on a little bit of a discussion that somewhat piggybacks on some of the stuff that has transpired over the course of the last couple of days. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe if it goes well, I'll turn it into a formal video, but we're going to have a little bit of fun doing it off the cuff. Again, we're going to preview the stuff that's coming out this week. We're going to do our drawing, and then I'm going to give you guys an update on a couple of maybe things that I'm changing, all for the better. All right, so and let me say this before I get into it. If you guys have not yet subscribed to the channel, if you're in the room now or you're watching this on playback, I definitely want to encourage you to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, because you want to stay abreast of all the content that I release on a weekly basis. There's a couple of things that I'm going to be doing in the next maybe week, 2 weeks or something like that. Let's just say the notifications are going to be important. Let's just say that. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to say it out front. A couple of people with this week's giveaway from GoCollect thought that I was like trying to psych you guys out with like a trick question. I don't play games. I don't do trick questions. I basically tell you exactly what I'm going to do. I signal it. If you pay attention, all will be revealed. So Matt's here, Party Time Comics. It was good talking to you earlier today on the DM on Instagram. Felix is in the house. Tina is here. Candy Graham Man is here. Mark Trip is here. Wolf Warner is in the house. Just a couple of more names that I saw popped in here as we reach 70 some odd people in the room. But again, turn on notifications if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Some cool stuff is going to be coming out, I promise you. So today, before we get to the drawing, Uh, Jeff Comic 813, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. I want to talk a little bit about speculation, and I want to talk about when speculation goes wrong. I want to talk about what happens when you get emotional about a purchase, and you hit the buy now button, or you keep increasing how much you want to bid on that auction on eBay. I want to I want to talk about how you might not do all the research that you should do before you buy a book. And really, in a nutshell, if you think about that, right? If you think about what I just said, I want to talk about like when you overpay for a comic, right? And this is on my mind for a couple of reasons. It's on my mind because of the Naomi thing that happened a couple of days ago. It's on my mind because of the Major X conundrum that happened like 2 weeks ago. I want to talk about it because of, to Johnny Future's point, I want to talk about Thor 390 and what's happening with that. I want to talk about what happens when we get these tips, we get this information, we have this inkling that something's going to happen, and we rush out and we buy without thinking and we overpay. That's what I want to talk about. And the reality is I am not condemning anyone for it. Not condemning anyone. That, you guys, if you are part of this channel and you subscribe and you watch these videos, you know that that's not my gig, right? What I'm talking about is when we overpay. And I say we, the pronoun we, I think it's pronoun, right? Because we all do it. We've all done it. We've all overpaid. And sometimes it's purposeful. Sometimes it's accidental. Sometimes we don't even know that we overpaid until we get some more experience and we're like, oh snap, I overpaid for that book, right? So Brandon Stokely is saying, or buy a Silver Age spec book and find out it was trimmed, right? Right? This is not me condemning anyone because we all do it. We've all done it, and you may have a ton of experience, right? And maybe you don't do it, right? But I have been back in the hobby for 2 years now, and I still will pay more than what I should. Sometimes, again, it's purposeful. Sometimes it's accidental. Sometimes I think that I have an approach for something that I think is going to work out, and I do it knowing that I'm overpaying and thinking that I could do something else to offset it, and then it doesn't happen. And it happens. It happens to all of us. And so the idea is, if we think that it doesn't happen, or that it can't happen, I just don't know if that's the right spirit, right? Because I will tell you in honesty that I will occasionally overspend for some stuff. And I'm not ashamed to admit it, right? I'm human. I'm a collector. I love this hobby. Sometimes I see a book, I want a book, I buy it. I'm like, I don't care. It's $10, $20, $30 over. I don't care. I want the book, so it happens, right? The difference is like how much. It happens. And so I think the first thing to remember is to not freak out. Somebody's talking about Walmart Superman #7. Brandon Stokely says he bought 2 sets of Naomi for cover price. Brother, you did not overpay for that. Hopefully you sold and make a little money. But so the thing is if you overpay, I think the thing is, don't freak out, right? It happened, right? The question becomes, how much did you overpay? Was it a ton? Was it a couple of dollars, right? I think it's important to ask, to figure that out, to figure out how bad the damage actually is, right? Because if it's thousands, if it's hundreds, that's expensive. But even if it happens, there are some lessons to be learned, right? And it becomes a thing of, why did it happen? Why did you overpay? Is it because you got some bad information and you acted too swiftly? Is it because you didn't do the research that you should have done, right? When you knew that you should have done the research? Is it because, for me, like sometimes I will occasionally buy a DC book, and I don't have any business buying expensive DC books because my expertise is not DC, right? So the thing is, did you buy something that was outside of your expertise or your comfort zone? And because that happens. And so one of the big things is, sometimes, like with the Thor book, there is this thing that comes out and we all get excited about it. and we want to be part of the action. We don't want to be the last one, right? We don't want to be the last one to have that thing. And we rush out and we buy it. And the reality is that maybe that thing isn't all that significant. What did Mr. Comic say? I don't overspend very much, but I do buy more often than I should. Well, that's very good. I mean, that's in the same vein. First step, right, is admitting that you have a problem. But it definitely happens. And so, how bad is the damage? Determine why you overpaid, right? Because I think that's part of it is what caused you to do what it is that you've done. Oh goodness, TJ Watson is here. He says, I never overpay for a book in my life. Here's the thing. If anybody else said that, TJ, I might actually doubt them, but you may actually be telling the truth, my friend. Collecto 6 says, in 6 months it gets cheaper. if it's a good book, you are probably right about that. But if you bought Thor, what is it, Thor 390? You may be kicking yourself in about 30 days, like that same thing with the baby normie book that people bought for and I bring that up because that's a more relevant example for me. People were paying $30 and $40 for that book and then kicking themselves that they bought it. So it's like, determine why you overpaid, right? Why did you do it? Did you know that you were doing it? Was it accidental? Did you get a bad tip from a buddy? Were you chasing the hype? Were you chasing the speculation hype? And then you have to ask yourself, should you do something different? Right? Because if you bought it having done all your research and you knew what you were doing and you believe to someone's point that the book that you bought is actually going to go up in value, then it doesn't hurt to necessarily pay because you went into that with your eyes open, knowing that you were buying it for the long term. But let's say that you bought it, you had no clue, you screwed up. Right? You have to ask yourself, is there something that you need to do different as a result of that? Right? And if it's $1,000, $100, then you may have to look at that as a very expensive lesson that you taught yourself. And the goal is to learn from the mistake so as to not repeat the mistake in the future, and again, this is not a condemnation of anyone because I do it as well. And one of the things that I know about myself is that I have a bias for action. Right? I have a bias for action. I have a bias for moving forward on things. Brandon says, I go to eBay bidding. He goes and bids it up. Comic Collection Agency says, now I only buy comics for mostly $1 bin now. And nothing wrong with that. For me, what I have to do is I have to force myself to slow down. I have to force myself to think about what I'm about to do before I do it. And I have to ask myself, am I doing this with the proper amount of information? And for my personality, me basically pumping the brakes stops me from making really bad decisions, right? And someone here says, I love $1 bin diving. You never overpay. Well, that Brandon, and I'm going to challenge that. And I'm not picking on you, right? So please never take it that way. But to someone else's point, and to the point that I'm about to make, is even if you're buying $1 book, but you're buying $100 worth of dollar books every single week, you're not overspending for that book, but are you overspending overall? Right? By buying dollar books and buying too many of those, is that not the same thing? Right? It's not overspending so much as it is overbuying. And so again, even if you're in the 50-cent bin or the dollar bin, do you need that book? Do you need to spend your money the way that you're spending? And my thing is, and you guys know this, I never tell grown people what to do. What I try to do is to pose questions for people to think about and to ask themselves those questions. And if at the end of the day, you're like, I made an informed decision, I know what I'm doing, and I believe this to be the right course, then that's cool with me. But I want to at least ask the questions. John Nivens says, another person outbidding me has saved me a few times. I'm gonna be honest. That has saved my backside several times where I've gone into an eBay auction and got a little aggressive, and I was in there like, I want this book. It's another dollar, it's another $2, or I'll go in there and I'll just plug in my max bid, knowing full well that maybe I plugged in too big of a number and then I'd lose. And I am actually relieved because I was going into it knowing that I was spending too much money and someone else saved me. But then on the other side is that other person now kicking themselves, right? Is that person on the other side potentially one of the 117 people that's in this room right now? The goal is to get a little bit smarter about some of the things that we're doing, right? And again, at the end of the day, if we all decide, you know what, I am going to get in the speculation game. And if there is hype, if there is excitement around a book, I'm going to buy it. And if you go into it eyes wide open, then that's perfectly fine. But this channel is all about trying to make us all, including myself, a little bit smarter, a little bit better, a little bit more informed about the hobby. And so that's what this whole thing was about. So this was one of those things where I was like thinking about, do I do it as a video or do I do it as part of the live stream? And this was kind of fun to actually do it as a live stream. So Clay here, what did Clay say? He said, I spent about $800 last year at local live auctions. He got short boxes for $5 or under. That's not bad. That's not a bad deal. I mean, what were you doing with those short boxes though, Clay? That's a lot of, if you're paying $5 for a short box and you spent 800, that's a lot of books, bro. That's a lot of books. Chris Barrett says, it's every man for themselves on eBay. It's every man or woman on eBay. Chris Gatling says, I hate dealing with eBay, but he has no local comic shops within 75 miles. That's brutal. That's brutal. And I tell you, I talk to people every single week in that same situation where they don't have the ability to hit comic shops the way that I can here in the Bay Area, where within an hour or two, I mean, I can hit maybe 15 in any given direction. So I definitely consider myself lucky. But Chris, I definitely feel your pain, brother, because not everyone has that ability to the point that you're making right now. Iron Maiden says it's paper, crack, and we're all addicted. Yes, sir, that is probably right. It is, you're exchanging paper for more paper to feed your paper addiction is what. Comic Collection Agency said he did that with trading cards. He used to fall asleep bidding to wake up the next morning. Been there, done that, brother. The worst is I take a lot of business trips, right? So I would be in hotels like solo. What do you do with your free time? You jump on the internets and you bid on books and auctions and stuff like that. So it happens, man. Definitely, I get it. But again, the goal is to get a little bit smarter. Leonard Ortega says, head down in shame. It is true. Luis Ramirez says, yes, I am hooked. Chris Barrett says, I'm not addicted. I'm just going binges. The first step, Chris Barrett, is to admit that you have a problem, my friend. Just admit it. Just admit that you have it. Can't Get Enough says, I spend too much at LCS and feel stressed and accept whatever price she offers. That happens, bro. It happens. Paper money. What he said, paper. Yeah, exactly. I put my Walmart exclusive Captain Marvels and my Lord. That didn't help. There's still Captain Marvel. Yeah, Chaos Lord, you are hilarious, bro. That's a lot of money for ASM 25. I think I missed that comment. So, King of the Golden State, how you doing, brother? He says he went around the Bay today, and you can save the running around. So the King of the Golden State, this guy is everywhere that I have actually gone or been, right? I show up and he has been there recently and stuff. So he is definitely, if I can't find something in the Bay Area, I always blame him, right? I go to Walmart, I can't find a Walmart exclusive. It was King of the Golden State's fault. There you go. Tony Trombetta, EGS is in the house. EGS Comics, third-party grading services in the house. How you doing, Tony? It's good to see you, brother. So I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out. There's 130 of you guys here in the room. So I want to wrap up the whole discussion part. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Again, this whole thing was just, it was, I was looking out there. I didn't really see anything exciting in the news, and I wanted to have a little bit of a discussion and maybe instead of just a news item. And so I know there was a lot of talk around Naomi stuff and the Bendis and the first appearance and all that kind of stuff. There was a lot of the controversy still kind of swirling about the Major X, where people are still buying it. And I guess issue 2 is out now. So I thought this was a fun way, a slightly different way, contrarian way to maybe touch on some of those topics without touching on them so directly. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. But I want to go ahead and get to a few other items here on our agenda. So I may do two live streams this week. I'm not going to tell you exactly what the two were or what the two will be, but there may be two live streams this week. More to come. I would say definitely turn on notifications to stay abreast of what we're going to do. If they go down, they will probably happen one Thursday for sure. And then the other will probably be maybe Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday, I'm thinking. So definitely stay tuned for some of that stuff because, we've been doing 1 to 2 live stream interviews per week. And I want to kind of stick to that, but I'm not ready to announce what's going to happen with those things. So definitely stay tuned to the channel. But as far as content that's coming out this week, I have a couple of cool videos that are coming out. I've been thinking a lot about the Gibbon. I've been thinking a lot about the Gibbon. I finally read Amazing Spider-Man 18.HU, and it was interesting. It was on the heels of reading the original Gibbon, the first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man 110 and 111. Fantastic story arc featuring the Gibbon and Craven. There were herbs, there were potions, there was mind control going on. It was a fun read. Nicholas Hunter, how you doing? Shouting out 1G. So I read those three books almost back to back, kind of sort of. And so the Gibbon is in the house. So there is a video coming out this week, and it is somewhat related to the Gibbon. And it is on the villains of Spider-Man, and it is tied to the Gibbon. So that's a fun video. I think you guys will enjoy it. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section when you guys watch that video, because I need some help. Let's put it that way. I need some help. So I'm looking forward to reading everyone's comments on that one. I have a video coming out. It was a subscriber in suggested topic that I wanted to touch on, and it was about, and it is about buying multiple comics, whether you should or should not do it. It was a question that was kind of posed to me, and so we'll get into that over the course of this video. And like every video, I look forward to interacting with you guys in the comment section on that one. We have a hunting video coming out this week because you guys really enjoy those, so we have one of those coming out, and it's hunting in a slightly unusual spot. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that, and then another subscriber suggested video a couple of weeks ago was what happens when you finally get all your grails. What happens when you sit in your comic book room or your comic book space and you are surrounded by every grail that you've ever wanted, right? So one, I don't know if that ever happens. But that's the topic of this video. Again, that was suggested by a subscriber. So again, those are just some of the videos that are coming out this week. I have a couple more that I'll be dropping. So Mr. Q Comics says he can't buy multiple copies of Art Joan variants. Leon Espinoza says never get all your grails. The thing is, can you? Oh, bro, Victor brought up the Grizzly. Oh, the Grizzly, bro, I'm telling you. Victor, watch the video. I think I'm dropping that video on Monday. Watch the video, bro, because I think it's a fun video. I think it's a fun video, and the Gibbon and the Grizzly will be there. So check it out. Who's talking about Nerdy Girl? Nerdy Girl has all the grails. Yeah, she does. She does. Yeah. Yeah. Moment of silence for the fact that someone has actually. But here's the thing. But she's still collecting, right? She has all the grails, but what is she doing? She's now collecting video games, right? So can you ever get all your grails, or does it stop when you die? To the point of my video on Friday of last week, does it ever really stop? Let's think about it, because if it's a money thing, you're making more money, right? And maybe your aspirations change. Maybe your collecting habits change. Your appreciation for a certain artist, a certain character, it changes potentially with time. So is there really ever an end to it? Maybe when you're old and feeble and can't, see anything, but then, maybe you get somebody to read the books to you. I don't know, but it's an interesting topic that we will get to a little bit more. Oh my gosh. Lee Kirby Ditko does indeed have everything. And by everything, I think it's his dad that actually has everything. I think he's bought a lot of stuff, but I think most of that stuff actually belongs to the father. At least that's my appreciation. Um, TJ Slab Dragon says, most people I know are kind of glad I bought multiple. So for those that don't know, TJ Slab Dragon Watson is one of the most kind-hearted people in this community. He sends out uh, AOKs that contain Jiffy Pop. Okay, if you want to know the reference, Thanatos Comics, check out his video. There is Jiffy Pop. I didn't even know they still made Jiffy Pop. Okay, but TJ has an amazing collection that he is very generous with in sharing with other people, and he is also the finder of Jiffy Pop. So definitely check him out. But to the point about Lee Kirby Ditko, his collection is incredible. The room that they have set up, I don't know if it's in the basement. I'm guessing it's in the basement. It is fantastic. And I could not imagine. I could imagine having that type of collection. I don't know if I'll ever get there, but that is definitely an incredible collection. So Collecto says, if you collect, you never stop. There you go. And that coming from a man that has a collection that is pretty significant based upon the books that he shared with me. So let's go ahead and keep this thing moving along because I can do the chitter chatter all day long. So let's get to this thing. What I want to do right now is I want to give away a book, and I want to give away a book that's not my book. This is actually based upon my relationship, my sponsorship by GoCollect. They put us in a position to be able to give away these awesome slabs every single week, and it's actually really fun because I get to go shopping with someone else's money, and then I get to give the book away to someone, and it makes them happy. So it's a pretty cool situation, and I'm very thankful to GoCollect for putting us in a position to be able to do that. So this week we are giving away this book right here. It is Venom #3, of course, white pages, written by Donnie Cates. I know that there was a lot of questions this week, whether the answer to the question was Donnie Cates or the guy that is temporarily filled in for Donnie Cates while he is off doing some other things. Either answer works. I try not to do trick questions. My goal at the end of the day, like I just said, is to buy books that are really cool and to give them away and to make people happy. It's not to trick you guys up. So either answer was acceptable. This contest actually closed at 7 o'clock this morning, and every contest from here on out will actually close Sunday at 7 o'clock, first thing in the morning. So we're going to be giving away this Venom #3. We're going to be giving away this awesome t-shirt from GoCollect. I have them in large and extra large. And then we're also going to be giving away a GoCollect exclusive variant. There are only 500 of these, and I hear the vast majority are sitting in a closet somewhere. So there's not many, I don't think, in circulation. We've been fortunate enough to give maybe 10 of these away over the last several months, but I have a stack of them, and one person tonight is going to be the recipient of that. So let's do the drawing. And then I'm going to show you the extra bonus that I put in there in this book because I'm giving the slab away, the exclusive variant, the t-shirt, but I added something to this that I thought was really cool. So let's do the drawing. And let's see what happens. Comic Hero says, what happens to the signed pic of you? I still do the signed pictures. People don't request them. So the way that the pictures happen is anytime someone gives a super chat of I think it's like $5 or more or something like that, they get a signed photo of me. It's not glamour shots, but it's pretty close. Is from my bodybuilding days. So if anyone is interested in that, those are still available. All right, so let's do this drawing. I'm gonna pop this thing open so that you guys can actually see my screen here so that we can actually do this giveaway. And we're of course going to start with the rolling of the dice. So let me pull this up real quick. So we are going to roll 2 dice. And we have 7. We're going to randomize this list 7 times. So here is the list of individuals. I'm going to scroll through this thing. And this list was actually posted up. I was a little bit late this morning because the kids were up pretty early and we had to do our Easter egg hunt and our Easter baskets and all that kind of stuff. So I think I got it up maybe around 9:30 or so. But these are all of the names of the individuals that found this week's video, followed the directions and commented and gave me the name of the writer, the current writer for Venom. I then pulled all these names over to this list right here. It was posted up, and then people had all day to basically look to make sure that their name was here and to confirm that nothing was missed. Because when you pull over, anywhere from, 100 to 300 names, sometimes you miss one. So this was posted up today. The list is there. We are going to now randomize this thing 7 times, and we are going to give away some cool stuff. So we are scrolling down, and we're going to randomize this list of 257 people. Here's the first. Here is the second, third, 4, 5, 6, and the last and final time, 7. And our winner is Connecting Comics. Connecting Comics is our winner, and I'll leave this up for a few seconds. Connecting Comics, congratulations. You are the winner of a Venom #3 CGC slab valued at $75. Again, this is a 9.8 white pages. You are the winner of a GoCollect exclusive variant and also a t-shirt. I need you to send me an email to regiecollects@gmail.com, REGIE collects@gmail.com, giving me your screen name, your real name, your mailing address, and also your shirt size. And I will get this sent out to you guys just as soon as I can. Hopefully, if I get this email from you tonight, I can actually get this sent out to you. Hopefully tomorrow. Let me actually want to pull this book up to make sure that I have the price of this thing correct. I'm sorry, the FMV. I think I have the FMV for that correct. I think it is valued at $75. Bear with me as I check the GoCollect website to confirm. I'm actually going to show you guys this. Pull this thing up here real quick so you guys can see exactly what I'm looking at. So here we go right now. This is the book right here, Venom #3, first appearance of Null, God of the Symbiontes. And you can see that it has a 9.8 FMV of $75. There's been 331 sales total over some period of time, but essentially that is the FMV for this book that we just gave away. So you can kind of see some of that data. Oh, I haven't even logged in. Sorry about that. But you can see there's a lot of sales data. So next time I will have this ready to go so I can actually show you guys that the right way. All right. So there we have it. Connecting Comics is indeed the winner of the GoCollect giveaway for this week. And here, let me show you this. So this is what we're going to be giving away. That's the book that is now being given away to Connecting Comics. We are going to be sending him the GoCollect exclusive variant, the really cool t-shirt in either a large or an extra large. And I'm also throwing into this book right here. This is an exclusive variant that is actually sold out. It is Wolverine #1. I think this thing was selling for like 50 or 60 bucks. I can't remember, but really cool book. And it comes with a certificate of authenticity. It is in a Mylar, so this book will be coming your way, but I wanted to throw that one in there to sweeten the pot just a little bit. So congratulations to you, sir, or madam. I'm guessing. I don't know which one it is, but congratulations. You are indeed the winner. Normally what I do around this time is I actually show you guys the next book that I am going to be giving away this coming week. We had a little bit of a snafu with the mail. And so I'm actually not going to be showing you guys the book right now. I am probably going to come up with another way to show you this book early in the week so that you can see exactly what the book is. One of the things that we've been trying to work into the videos is also the FMV for these books. So I'll be showing you the book. I'll show you the FMV and all that good stuff in a timely fashion so that you guys can actually see what the giveaway is for this coming week. And the way that this works is all you have to do over the course of the week is to find the video in which I say, here's the book that I'm giving away this week. Do XYZ ABC. If you do that thing, which is typically to comment on that actual video, you are entered into the contest. It is all relatively straightforward. You basically have to be a subscriber of the channel. You have to be a resident of the United States or Canada or have a mailing address in the US. That's pretty much it. pretty straightforward, pretty simple to enter the contest. Again, the goal is to have some fun and to give away some cool books to people that are out there that are subscribers of the channel. So hopefully you guys appreciate all that good stuff. Give away 10 X-Force number. Daniel says that was fun. Nice giveaway. Congrats, CC. Can't get enough. Says ship out to winner without them knowing what it is. We could do that. We could do that. I'm not necessarily opposed to that, but part of the excitement, I think, and part of the motivation for people is to actually know what the book is, right? Because there are some people that participate only if it's a book that they want. There are some people that participate in everything, and there's no right or wrong to it. But I'm not opposed to that. There may be some things that we do to kind of mix it up, right? Like, what was it? Last week I gave you guys the ability to choose between two books, and you guys decided which one you wanted. This was the loser from the week before. Matt says send out Dark Hawk number 1. Bro, I am stockpiling Dark Hawk number 1. I'm not giving up any of those. I think I have like 4 of those. Roman says, how does one win the New Mutants you had on the wall a while ago? You don't. You don't win that book, my friend. Is it up here? Yeah, it's actually one of them is here. The 9-4 is here on the wall for both 98 and 87. Both are 9.4 CGC. Both are on the front wall right now. But yeah, you don't win those. Berg Nasty, good night, brother. Thank you for joining. It is always good to have you here in the chat. It was good chatting with you via Instagram earlier today. So get some rest, man. We will certainly talk to you soon. So more to come with all of this stuff, but I want to again thank you guys. Who is this? Comic Hero says I won the first contest on here, so he's happy with his New Mutants. There you go. What Dark Hawk, bro? I was collecting in the 90s. If you don't have Dark Hawk in your collection, seriously, you are not a collector in the 90s. I'm sorry. 90s name word number 1. Yes, I have it. I have Sleepwalker number 1. Somehow or another, I don't know if you guys remember this one, Terror Inc. Do you remember Terror Inc? I had that number 1 as well. That one got away from me. Cops and Robert says, always appreciate the giveaways. Bro, I'm actually coming out with some additional giveaways. There's some new things that I want to do. Connie, how you doing, Ken? Connie says, Connie asked number 361 should be a prize. No, I won't be giving those away. Wildcats, Wildcats is huge. Clay says he has a lot of Sleepwalkers. So one of the things that we are going to do is we are actually going to start giving away some higher valued slabs moving into the future. That's one of the modifications that we made as of late. So you guys are probably going to see I think some nicer books coming out. And I mean, not to say that the books that we've given out have been slouches, right? Like if you think of that Detectives 880 that was signed by 2 of the creators, that was a fantastic book. And it was not a cheap book. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to, as the audience continues to grow and people continue to support the channel, we are trying to do a little more. And again, huge shout out to GoCollect for being a wonderful partner for the last several months to put us in a position to be able to do this, and to put us in a position to do even more into the future. So yeah, I think we're gonna raise the table stakes a little bit more on the giveaways that we're gonna do. I am actually contemplating an additional giveaway that I'll be doing. This is all out of my personal collection that I'll be doing this next one. But again, this is all about fun, right? It's all about, like, I have a lot of people out there that watch this channel that support the channel either through the Patreon, through clicking the affiliate link for CGC, through sending me fantastic, unbelievable AOKs, by sending me the nicest emails and messages, right? There are a lot of people that support this channel in some incredible ways. And all of these giveaways in my mind are an extension of all that wonderful stuff that flows my way. And so that's part of, as the channel continues to grow, I want to continue doing more of this stuff. So you guys are awesome. I definitely enjoy this stuff, and hopefully you guys do as well. We hang out, we talk a little bit, it's a little bit of infotainment, and then we also walk away occasionally with a cool book and a cool story to tell. So Daniel, thank you, brother, for hanging out. I appreciate it. Comic Hero says, "What are you talking about? All the prizes have been amazing." I mean, yeah, it's true. It's true. It's not to poo-poo any of the prizes. I think they've all been great. I mean, honestly, for me, I go out and I buy cool stuff that I like, and I hope somebody else likes it. But we're gonna step it up a little bit more into the future, I think, and it should be fun. It should be fun. Chris C says, I'm sorry, Russ C says, I know all the giveaways have been money for sure up till now, which is crazy. Yeah, they're all cool. I mean, I'm thinking about, getting up, Wildcats #1, the shiny foils, and who was talking about Thundercats? Oh my goodness. Um, Reggie needs to make money to give out free stuff. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, we are definitely going to be doing trivia night. The goal right now, honestly, is we are doing one trivia night per month. A subscriber of the channel, and again, I have some fantastic subscribers. One of the subscribers of the channel actually has donated money to put us in a position to be able to do trivia night. And what we've agreed to is to basically do it once per month. He subsidizes a lot of the books that I purchase, and also a lot of the shipping costs, and then I kind of supplement a book or two, because I have been doing all of them out of my own personal collection. And you can only do that so many times before, but the thing is, as the channel gets bigger, we take on more sponsors, more people want to work with us, then it puts us in a position to be able to give away more stuff. And to me, it's a win-win, because one, it's just we're having fun, and so I am very thankful for all of the subscribers. I'm sorry, all of the sponsors that I work with now, and all of the subscribers that contribute to the channel, because if it comes in my opinion, it should also go back out in some form or fashion, and that's what this is about. So anyway, with that, I want to thank you guys for hanging out just a little bit with me on this Easter Sunday. If you guys need me, feel free to reach out. As always, I encourage you to check out the links in the description of the video if you want to do support the channel, because we were just talking about that. If you want to support the channel, there are links in the description that will put you in a position to be able to do that. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to do that. You can stay abreast of all the content that I'll be releasing on a weekly basis. And trust me when I tell you, you want to turn on notifications based upon some things that I'm going to be doing very soon. You want to be early to the videos. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out. If you need me, feel free to reach out. ReggieCollects@gmail.com. Reggie Collects on Instagram. Take care and have a good night.